Hello, my name is David Buoscio, and I'm an estate planning and probate attorney here at NTegrity Law. I don't know about you, but every time I have to get a new smartphone, I get really nervous about all my data properly transferring over. And I worry about losing contacts, pictures, music, videos, and the like. And the truth is that sometimes some of that data is lost. You need to think about some of these same things when creating an estate plan so that there is no loss. Most attorneys simply create estate plans for clients considering all of their tangible assets like monies in the bank, different accounts, stocks, 401ks, real estate, and the like. And there's absolutely important that you do that because that's at the core of designing your plan. But today I want to ask you this question to consider. What about all of my email accounts, my social media accounts, my downloaded music, pictures, and videos? And what about everything I have stored in the cloud? These are examples of digital assets. So just what are digital assets? Before we dive into planning, let's define what we mean by the digital assets. They're defined as any electronic records, accounts, or online possessions that you manage in your life. These include social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, emails and cloud storage, such as Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, financial accounts, bank accounts, PayPal, Venmo, cryptocurrency wallets. What about subscriptions like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple Music, domain names, photos, videos, and documents stored on smartphones, computers, or the cloud? Don't you want to make sure that someone has access to all this information when you are gone? It would be a shame to lose all of those precious family photos just because someone cannot get at them. In today's digital world, we don't just leave behind physical belongings, we leave behind the digital footprint as well. And if you are not including that in your estate plan, your family may face confusion, delays, and even costly legal battles. In this video, I am going to walk you through exactly how to protect your digital legacy from passwords to PayPal accounts so that your loved ones aren't left in the dark. First of all, just what are digital assets? I gave you some examples, but think of them as anything that you need to log into your phone or computer to access, something that you need passwords for, or need to authenticate with a security question, for example. You need to think, how can someone get at these accounts the same way as I do if I were not here? We're talking about emails, photos, financial accounts, social media, subscriptions, cryptocurrencies, and the like. So why do many estate plans ignore them? Well, as technology evolves, it becomes clearer and clearer that it permeates our everyday life, and simply typing in passwords and doing authentications becomes second nature. I am seeing in my practice increasing problems with beneficiaries and executors, for example, gaining access to decedents' bank accounts, as a lot of people simply bank online. We see the same issue, for example, when an executor of an estate needs to transfer assets like a 401k, and they are locked out because they don't have the login credentials. As we here at NTegrity Law see these real-life pitfalls, we have pivoted to make sure that our estate plans keep up with these times. And as Bob Dylan once said, these times are changing. So, because we have over 30 years of experience in estate planning, I do believe that we are ahead of the curve in staying on top of these considerations. What are the risks of doing nothing? You need to know this. If you do not account for your digital assets in your estate plan, your heirs might lose access to family memories, funds, or valuable documents. And keep in mind, some digital platforms auto-delete inactive accounts, which could mean losing your precious data forever. So we need to make sure that this will not happen to you. More importantly, it could create unnecessary and lengthy, costly court battles, tying up your loved one's estate for potentially years and costing the estate potentially thousands of dollars in court costs and attorney's fees unnecessarily. How do we get started? We should have you inventory your digital assets. Strongly suggest making a master list. You include the platforms you use, usernames, security questions and answers, and passwords or the location of the password manager if you have one. We can also help you with tools like LastPass and 1Password. You should store these in a secure physical or digital space. We can help you incorporate these digital assets in your will, your trust, and powers of attorneys, and other aspects of your estate plan. I also need to mention that if you have a current estate plan, I strongly suggest that you let us take a look at it to refresh it and update the documents to include how to handle any digital assets. And just like we're called to steward our money wisely, we should steward our digital life with the same care. Remember, your digital life is part of your legacy, and protecting that is a gift to the people you love. If you are ready to review or update your plan to include these digital assets, reach out and we'd be honored to help. Schedule a consultation with NTegrity Law today and call us at 847-802-9912. Thank you.